So in this video we're going to be discussing networks. Now I'm sure most everyone already knows what a network is, but just for a general review, a network is going to be a collection of computers or and related devices such as printers, any laptops, phones, and the like, that are established in a link of communication that provides a multitude of functions. This can range anywhere from a file sharing to just allowing users to help each other out in communication. Networks, you're going to see them categorized largely on their characteristics, with what they do, as well as their size. So the first type of network that we're going to be talking about is the PAN, or the Personal Area Network. Now what you have to understand about this one is that it is very, very small compared to all the other ones. This is going to be typically your Bluetooth connections, or say your connections. Occasionally there will be some Wi-Fi characteristics. These are going to be, say, the connections that you make with your smartphone to speakers or other audio devices, earpieces that you'll have on, or commonly you'll see this in newer cars are potentials for Bluetooth connections to play your music or any other audio related thing, making calls, voice commands. That is going to be your PAN right there. So next up to talk about is the LAN. This is going to be the Local Area Network. This is one of the most common networks that you're going to see when you're dealing with networks in the world. What they are is, as you can guess from the name, local area is something of a smaller range. Typically this is going to be your office space, building-sized network that's going to connect all printers, computers, and stuff of that, of that group within a comparatively close range. Now, we say local area, and that's kind of a relative term based on how you want to look at it. But this is your building-sized connection. Now, there are a couple of offshoots. I say offshoots, I mean types of networks that work in correlation with the LAN. There's the home area network, which is basically a LAN in the home. This will be your connection of computers, your laptops, your cell phones, your TVs, your printers, all of that under one household. Also, there's the CAN. CAN has a great many names. Campus area network, controller area network. But essentially, it's a collection of LANs where all the different pieces of equipment and connections are made under the supervision of a single university, thus campus, or branch of government. They may set up a CAN. Also, there's the WLAN. Which is the wireless local area network. Now, the two ways that the LAN works in is going to be wired or wireless. Wired, you have your Ethernet. Wireless, you'll have your 802.11 specifications. That'll be your different specifications on data transfer rates. And also, there's VLAN, which is a virtual LAN. And that one's pretty interesting in that it can split different systems into their own virtual local area network, and that way you can have more hands-on control with which ways you want different connections along your network to be made. And it can be very convenient for businesses that want to specifically control their network traffic. Now, the next type of network that we're going to be discussing is the WAN. The WAN is the Wide Area Network. Now, in contrast with the LAN, it will span over a much greater distance. While the LAN is going to be, say, confined to the household or to a general building, the WAN serves to connect several LANs over a large geographical space. Now, this could be across the state or even around the world. Now, it does this through several different connections. Now, you can see different cable connections. This is typically going to be for the closer in range connections that the WAN is making, but also you will see satellite connection, which is going to be the only possible way to start getting around the planet. Alright guys, the last type of network that we will be discussing is the Metropolitan Area Network, or the MAN. Now the neat thing about this one is that it strikes a balance between the LAN and the WAN. In this way, it has the characteristics of the WAN in that it connects two or more LANs, or local area networks. Now, however, it does so with a decreased geographical range. While the WAN can circumvent the entire world with the use of satellites, MANs will typically only be over the range of a city or a town, something of that scale. Now, while it doesn't have the range of the WAN, it does have a higher speed. It achieves a speed closer to that of the LAN. And then it does this through the use of fiber optic cables. That is one that you will see used with many different MANs in different cities and towns. And that is all the networks that we will be discussing in this video. Hope you found it useful.